I am Rhonda Marcus, also known as Perfect U Beauty Salon. I'm here at this Intoxicated TheSipNChat Show. Remember to drink responsible.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, Internet world, good evening, YouTube land, good evening, good evening. Welcome to yet another episode of Intoxicated TheSipNChat Show, the online commercial free podcast whereby we promote local talents and locally consumed beverages. As we have in front of us tonight, we're having an extra special guest. Not just an extra special guest, but like a special extra guest. Miss Rhonda Marcus.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good.
This is Rhonda. For those of you who may not know who Rhonda is, if you've been a follower of Intoxicated, you would have noticed the Perfect Hue beauty salon logo in the front or sometimes at the back of the video. This is the woman who's responsible for it, and as you can see in the background, we're currently at Perfect You Beauty Salon. You know, she's actually celebrating her 10-year anniversary, so she decided that she wanted to come on the show and, let you guys know all about her, where she came from, stuff you can expect for this month during the anniversary celebration and stuff like that. So what I'll do, I'll give her the floor so that she can introduce herself for, the viewers who may not know who Rhonda Marcus is. So,
Hi, good night. I'm Rhonda Marcus, and I'm the owner of Perfect U Beauty Salon, as Jamal was mentioned.
she's a little camera shy, so you gotta excuse her. I think she gotta take a few more drinks, a few more shots, because she already started. So, and then she probably gonna be loosened up. So, it's traditional for us to take a. Well, we basically film all the shows here at Perfect You Beauty Salon, so she is well aware of the tradition. She's behind the scene producer and stuff like this. So, what we gotta do. So I ain't even gotta tell you what we gotta take a shot. Which one would you like to try first? She's not much of a drinker, so the rum punch?
Yeah.
Alright, good. We'll try the rum punch. Yeah, Perfect You Beauty Salon, along with Maceo from A Lot of Meals on Wheels. Those are like the official sponsors for the show. Those are the only two sponsors for the show. So that's why you would have seen their logos at the beginning. And also Skyline Films, Safo, Director Jones. He's the person that is in charge of the camera system and the tripod and the mics and everything that we use for the show. So that's why you'll be seeing those three logos. But tonight is all about Perfect Hue Beauty Salon and Rhonda. So cheers on 10 years of what is it? Salon
Anniversary.
10-year anniversary.
Mm.
You have had that one before?
No.
This is the first time you had this one?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Loosen up, you can loosen up. You don't gotta like you're coming out of but you can loosen up, loosen up good. So, for those who may not know Rhonda, where in Georgetown did you grow up? Or should I say like where in Guyana, where in whatever, where did you grow up?
Well, first, I grew up so many places, but one of the places I spent most of my time, it was Albouystown.
Albouystown?
Yeah, Albouystown.
In the ghetto?
In the ghetto. Well, I live in two ghettos. I live in Tiger Bay. And
you grew up in Tiger Bay too?
Partially. The same person who was in Albouystown was in
Yeah, I moved to Tiger Bay?
We moved from Tiger Bay to Albouystown.
Okay, so you basically grew up in Tiger Bay first and moved to Albouystown.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some like the similarities that you would say that Tiger Bay have that Albouystown have?
Well, Tiger Bay is much more, I would say, much more, not no disrespect. It's a little bit more ghetto than that.
A little more ghetto. But if you notice what's happening in Tiger Bay right now, they're basically commercializing it. Yeah. So in like about 5-10 years, that whole entire area, that whole entire community gonna be a lot of commercial, like a lot of business and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to, you said you grew up in Tiger Bay and you grew up in Albouystown. What are some of the things that you were most proud of when, looking back at Tiger Bay and looking back at Albouystown to where it's at right now, when it comes to where it was and where it's at right now? What are some of the things that you're most proud of?
I'm proud of it because a lot of good people come from Albouystown and even Tiger Bay. Because I mean, I myself, I came from both areas, and you know, I am a good person.
Definitely, yeah.
And then we have other people that I know, such as Malcolm. I have my friends, my friend Simone, and my cousins them there, and so on.
And you got a friend that came from East and out of ghetto, you know.
And no ghetto people still do things. So
definitely. So, what about some of the things that you would have learned from growing up in those communities? You know, what are some of the things that you would have learned that you carry with you even though you're an adult today? Some of the life lessons, some of the values that were instilled in you from growing up in those communities.
Even though I was in the community, I live in Albouystown and Tiger Bay. I never really mingled with the people.
You could drink and you can talk.
Yeah, I was never really mingled with the people in Albouystown. And my aunt, I grew up with my aunt because my mother died when I was young. But my aunt, she was like, you're living in this area, you don't have to mingle. So we were more like house birds.
Okay. So it basically taught you to keep by yourself.
For instance, I don't really like go out and mingle a lot.
But you're not a rodangles, as we would say.
So for me, the whole, like, I don't really know yes, I live in the ghetto, but I don't really know much of the ghetto to see. Like, I can't say, well, I had this experience because I've lived there. Because even though I live in the ghetto, I was never really in the ghetto. Okay.
It was like you had a barrier.
Yes.
Okay, so, it's understandable. So, it's no secret that, and I really don't know your age, but I can tell that you probably is around like a 45, 50-year-old. Am I correct?
You're disrespectful, Jamal.
You're not like around 40.
I'm
anyway, so did you grow up in the 90s?
No, I mean, I grew up in the 80s.
In the 80s, so you went through the 90s. So, in the 90s, it's no secret that Albouystown and Tiger Bay were considered some of the most dangerous community in Georgetown. Were you ever, fearful while growing up there as a child?
No.
Why not?
Because again, people. Once you're from the ghetto, people know you. They don't trouble you. So it's like once you're the ghetto youth, nobody interfere with the child of the ghetto. And even, I don't want to call anybody in. I'm not a fearful person, if you understand. I'm a positive person. So I really don't, like, for instance, I know they got a motto or something they say, do no evil, fear no evil.
Okay, so you never used to do no evil. You never used to go to your neighbor stand and thief your pickle mango or your syrup and everything. Listen, me ever get to child did that?
No, I never do it.
Go in your neighbor yard and thief your mango and all these things.
As I told you before, even though I was in the ghetto.
You wasn't in the ghetto.
I wasn't in the ghetto.
Okay, you was a little house girl.
Yes.
Okay, so alright, good. Let me ask you this. If there's one experience that you would want to present to any child, whether it's your own kids or, some child from some foreign country or some foreign island, based on what you would have experienced from living in Albouystown or Tiger Bay, what would that be? What would you want those kids to experience from the ghetto?
For me, for me, what I would want to say, I was able to see people snort cocaine.
Did you want them kids?
I don't want them to see that. But remember now, even though I saw that, it never affected me as in to make me want to do it. So I'm happy I see what it did to people. Okay. So I never would allow it to do to me.
Okay, so you'd basically want them
to have the experience
and see the negative effect. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Growing up in East, I've personally witnessed that also, and trust me, it's not nothing nice. And as you rightfully said, once you would have witnessed that or experienced that, trust me, it's something that you would never ever want to get into. So, it's time for another shot. We're going to take another shot. Then we're going to get to the next segment. Which one do you want to take?
Coconut rum.
Coconut rum. You want to pour it?
Yeah, I see people is saying these shots is hard. These shots is actually nice.
It's nice?
Yeah, even though I don't drink much. It seems to be
all right,
still.
So, cheers to the experience that you would have gained from growing up in Tiger Bay and Albouystown.
Wow. That one is nice too, but still kind of a little bit more strong than the first one.
So, in your own words, what type of person would you say you are?
I don't know. Some people say, for me, I think I'm a very nice person.
You're a very nice person.
I'm down to earth.
Why you
I'm
think
simple.
you're why you think you're a nice person, or you're a person that's down to earth?
Because I'm nice.
Oh, you're so nice. Oh, you're so nice. Oh, you're so nice.
So, what are some of your weaknesses? What you say are some of your weaknesses?
I have a very soft heart. That I mean, people hear me saying I have a soft heart, they might say, "Wow, you have a soft heart." But generally, I very soft. I am moved by if I'm sitting next to somebody and they say, I have a situation. In my mind, I'm thinking how best I can help that situation. So
right now, I got the monetary situation whereby I need some money. I need about $2 million.
Well, you friend and got it, but trust me, if I had it plus more, I would have done that. Yes. That's how I stay. I don't mind.
So, do you find that people take advantage of you because they know that you have a soft heart, or you're somebody who's hard to be taken advantage of?
For me, like, females don't take advantage of me. I think it's the male correct.
Male friends.
Yes, the
male friends like me.
The male takes advantage, not the female.
So what are you doing to prevent that, man?
I know they have limitations, so they have a stopping point. So I don't mind sometimes.
You don't mind? It's all a learning experience, yes. Right?
It is.
So if Rhonda were given a chance, right, to basically go back to that time where you were 12 years old, right? What would you change about yourself at 12 years old, and why?
12 years old.
At 12 years old. Young Rhonda, 12 years old. What would you change about yourself if you had a chance to go back and correct a mistake that you would have made at 12 years old?
I tell you the truth, Rhonda don't like her childhood.
You don't like your childhood?
No. So, I had very bad, like most bad experience at 12. Oh. I mean, as in my childhood, as I tell you before, my mother died, you said 12. Yeah. And my mother died at 13.
At 13,
so
okay.
13, like, if I was to go back and change 13 instead of 12, yeah. I would have wanted to have my mother.
Okay.
Because living, like, for instance, like, living your entire life without your mother, like, it's like, if you don't have your mother love.
Motherly love is priceless. There's nothing can replace it.
And even though I'm an adult, sometimes I think that even though that I may have my own business or I have things going for me, I still think that nothing can compare than my mother love.
That's a fact. That's
that unconditional love.
Unconditional, yes. That priceless love.
That priceless love. I'm luck of that.
Yeah, shout out to all mothers, man. You guys be doing an amazing job, especially the single mom. It's time to take another shot. Another shot. These shots coming fast.
Shots coming. You could repeat the shot?
Nah, we ain't repeating. Wow. We ain't repeating the top.
Well, what shots I'm going to take? I think I'm going to try the Banco wine.
The Banco wine? Nobody has ever tried the Banco wine. I'm so happy you decided to try the Banco wine, because nobody's ever tried the Banco wine.
Yes, sister, we got to support with local.
Yeah.
Well, all is local, actually.
All is local. So we're toasting to motherly love, yes. Which is priceless.
Well, that was like nothing.
I haven't drunk Banco wine in ages. So, I know for a fact that you're a parent. You have 2 beautiful daughters, Being that you're a parent, how do you feel about the whole aspect of parenting compared to when you was actually a child to know that you're a parent, like whereby values and morals are concerned, whereby the kids having respect for elders and stuff. How do you feel about it? How we go about? Because I just turned a parent, finally gonna be able to celebrate Father's Day. So how do you feel about it?
I mean, like, these kids now, I really can't, like, even to my own kids sometimes, I wonder in the way they speak, like, I have to, like, I can't come to grip with the way they would approach you, or if you say, I know, as they had this thing, fences, and the man said, put sir to everything.
Everything,
like, it's like, I can't say, like, my kids, like, if I call them, I want to hear you say, yes,
mom, or something, yeah.
It's like, yeah, and like I can't come to grip with it because even though I didn't really grow with my mother, I had my aunt and my grandmother. I grew like in separate.
It's not even the like with every older person than you, you would address them as
auntie or uncle, and now these days people, like, yes sir, or yes miss, or even to now as an adult, like I have some big customers or clients who come to me, I would say Miss or like Miss Patsy, Miss whoever is there. There's once the old Miss Deborah, I would call them by their name, or auntie, or even Granny Joan, or because they're older,
Yeah, and it's something that was embedded in you from small. You could have never called somebody that was older than you by their full mouth, because guess what? Your mouth would have been filled with blood. You would have get some smack out of this world. So tell me, were being an hairstylist always something that you was aspiring to become while you was younger?
Actually, it's my childhood dreams came to reality.
Really?
Really.
This was something that you wanted to do from being from since you was young? And
mind you, even though I celebrate 10 years of business, I actually did my course in 2001. I graduated 2001.
So that's 16 years ago. So tell me, what really was the inspiration behind you wanting to do this, wanting to become an hairdresser at what age?
It's early. Maybe I have to take off all the years to calculate, but it's 2016. 2001 is when I graduated and so on.
But you said you wanted to become an hairstylist
since I was a child.
This is what I want to know. What was the inspiration behind that? I mean, every child wanted to become a doctor or a lawyer. I wanted to become a scientist. How come you said, you know what?
Wait, just because I actually like here. If you go to some party, grew up in Paradise, like some part of my life. Because you see, I say I'm a sing. And my mother died when I was 13, so different people take care of me at a different part of my life. So when I was living with my grandma in Paradise, if you go, you ask the neighbors. Like, for instance, I remember people paying me $300 to stitch your hair at 14.
14, okay, sir.
And the person that really inspired me to go to course, you wouldn't believe it, is like, I remember my uncle came in from the States. He came with these cornrows who were like, you would want to know if, back then you would think that the United States was some fancy place. So these cornrows, I laughed at the cornrows. See, man, I said, you could do better. So I said, yes, and I don't think I could plait the hair now. It was this short.
Wow.
So I plait his entire head in plaits. He said, you would like to do hair? I said, I love to do hair. And that was the opening point for me to do it professionally. He paid for my course.
Okay, so where did you actually...
Air Tech.
And how long did you...
I actually went there, I think it was January. It was January 2001. And I graduated in November 2001.
So this course, was it just like learning how to do hair and treat hair or stuff like that?
It's a cosmetology school. In my course, even though I only specialize in hair, I can do pedicure, manicure, facial.
Oh, so you're certified?
Yes, I'm a certified barber. Even though
barber
I don't
too?
do barber.
Wow.
I'm a certified. The only thing I don't do is nails.
Okay.
But I could do pedicure, manicure,
but
facial.
You can do the work that the nail technicians be doing?
Yes, because I've learned that.
Okay. And you're certified. Certified barber, certified hairstylist, certified makeup artist, certified nail technician. Yes. Cheers to that.
But I only does hair because I love the hair.
Would you say being an hairdresser here in Guyana is a competitive
it is
career?
It is everybody doing hairdresser. For me, like I would tell my customers, people think that when you're a hairdresser is that when you didn't go far in school.
In school, yeah.
So, but for me, I've never regretted my job.
Okay.
And even though
this is a trade, and in my opinion, I don't mean to cut you, but it's a beautiful trade. Trust me. I'm a big fan of the arts and stuff, and this is a form of arts. Trust me, it takes a really, really talented person to, treat somebody here, and because trust me, I can do a lot of things, but this is something I can't do. I know. It's really hard. So it doesn't have anything to do with you didn't go far in school. I didn't go far in school.
Some people think that.
I didn't go far in school, and I think I'm doing well for myself. I mean, I might not have all the monetary resources, but guess what? There's no room that you can put me in that I can't, deal with whatever I have to do in that room. So it got nothing to do with it. It's a trade. And guess what? It's something that nobody can take from you.
No.
It's something that you can go any part of the world and do. Even if they don't speak English.
Yes. Because they can do your hair.
Exactly. Even if they could be doing sign language. Yeah. All they gotta show you is they say, and you
know
good.
what to do.
So it doesn't matter if you don't have a sexy subject. Once you go to this trade, trust me, it's a plus. You can survive anywhere. So where was your first job? Where did you, after you would have equipped yourself with necessary teachings and trainings that you need to become a hairdresser, where did you go and began working?
Actually, my first job was at a salon was on 80th Street named Exotic Glow. Exotic Glow was the name of the salon.
Ailey and what?
It was Ailey between
Princess?
Ben Street
and
Durban Street.
And Durban on the right hand side.
One side.
I know Exotic Glow.
Yeah, that was my first shop. That was the first place I worked.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still connected to the girl who owned that shop, Rodessa Anthony.
Okay.
She was my, well, you could say she was my boss, but she was a very super cool boss.
Okay.
That was my first job.
And then what did you do after that?
Well, my experience there made me want to chuck hairdressing.
Okay.
Because even though I was working with her, I was working by myself. If everybody know you with rent station, so when you're rent station, you're like self-employed in your own, like in that own part. And being green was like a hard task. Okay. It was like
even after you would have completed the course. Yeah,
you green because clients everything.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah.
The clients
you gotta be on your name. That's a fact. Yeah.
Clients is everything.
So you after that, did you add another job?
I had work at Kevin's Reflection.
Okay.
Yes, where I spent 3 years, and I must say thank you, Kevin's Reflection. I bill almost all my clients there, so I must say thank you again to Kevin's.
So did you work anywhere else?
Actually, I work other places, but not hairdressing places.
Okay, so at what point did Rhonda say, you know what? Fuck Kevin's Reflection, fuck Exotic Glow?
No, it would have been F Exotic Glow.
Oh, it wasn't fuck Kevin.
It wasn't Kevin's
or
Reflection.
Fuck whatever else you went and do whatever gig. You know what? It's time to be my own boss. I want to do my own thing. I want to have my own shops. I want to rent out the chairs. I want to be my own boss. At what point did that happen?
Well, at Kevin's Reflection, that's what happened. But it wasn't like F.
Okay.
That Kevin's Reflection was actually, I have never wanted to leave Kevin's Reflection. I must say that on the record. I never wanted to leave Kevin's Reflection. But sometimes, as my friend in the States would say, she remembered the day because she called me the other day and she told me, Ron, I remember when you were crying, you didn't want to leave this man job because of. But I left and opened my own business for betterment. It wasn't really because I was fed up. Because of Kevin's, I was one of Kevin's good girl.
Okay.
I was, and he would justify that. I was a good staff there. I'm always a good staff. But it was me now saying that I have a child and I want more from my child.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll take another shot before we get into the next question.
You can't repeat shot, you see.
You can't repeat shot.
So I think I'm going to try some creamy stuff.
Some creamy stuff?
Yes.
The pecan.
I feel it high already.
You feel it high? And you ain't even drinking nothing really, Rhonda?
Yes.
You know, this is my second show for the day, right? I did a show earlier, so you could tell how intoxicated I am. But remember, if you don't drink...
But we're going to switch this glass, because this one is more full.
Rhonda, keep your glass, girl. You got to sell a lipstick all in the glass. You try to make I get in trouble when I go home. Next time I go with lipstick I go home with lipstick on my lip. These people think I went and do something, and then me auntie started beating me, telling me that I ain't supposed to. I know, y'all, you better know right now in this country. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, you basically left Kevin's and then you started your own stuff. What was that transition like? Going from working with somebody to now working for yourself, by yourself. What was that like?
I remember my first week. And I mean, I'm not ashamed to say how much money I was working for at that time. I remember I worked for 17,000 at Kevin's and I worked by myself. I remember it was a Tuesday, the 16th of March, 2007. I remember as yesterday. And at the end of the week, when I wouldn't say the figure on cameras, but when I saw the figures that I had, I said, well, this was the best thing I've ever had. I mean, it's not the figure that I have now, but even though, like, for example, if I was working for 17,000, at the end of it, it was 30.
You triple that. It was better.
It was better.
So it was a more economical transition.
It was more economic. And because I'm good at what I'm doing, I mean, I have clients to justify that. Because I have clients with me since I was at Kevin's as such as 13 years, I have the same customer for that long.
Okay,
So in that case, meaning that I have people know that I do my job good.
Okay, so after you left Kevin's, and you basically started your own shop. What was the name? Was it always Perfect You?
It was always Perfect You.
Beauty Salon.
It was always
okay.
Perfect
So
You.
where did that name came from?
Actually,
what's the significance?
We had a name before. Do I remember the name? No, but the name that we had before, somebody had a name already. So we were there sitting and we were thinking of what name we can. I can't even, to be honest, I wouldn't lie. I can't remember. I don't think of it. I'm not sure if it was me or it was my other half at the time. But we came up with a name and it sounded good. And we all, because actually when I started off this business, I must say it started off as a partner.
Oh, partnership business.
When I mean a partnership businesses was this girl named, she was a nail technician. Anybody who remember me moving would know that it was a nail technician, a barber, and the hairdresser. And we started off as partners. Okay. Eventually, after a year, the partners become no more longer partner, and we become more of a family business at that time.
Okay. And then
well, the name was always I think it was either me or my other half at the time. So I think it's either me or him came up with a name. I wouldn't want to say it's me and then it was him. I'm not sure. Perfect You. But actually, it's a hard name to live up to.
Yeah, it is.
Very hard name.
It reminds me of myself, waking up every morning, looking in the mirror and saying, "Perfect you, perfect you, Jamal." So it's no secret that the salon and the barber shops and places like these type of business is a number one place for information and for gossiping. What are some of the daily perks, like the daily presents, like the daily gifts that you would you just be obtaining here on a daily basis? Whether it's information, whether it's contacts, what are some of the daily perks?
To be honest, I think it's information. I have customers from all walks of life. Whether you're up high or you're down low, I have you. Whether you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're a magistrate, I have you.
So you get inside information.
Yes. So not really inside information because I don't want to put nobody on blast. Yeah. It's not really inside information, but I mean my customer and I, we have more than just a customer-based relationship. I understand that people say that most salon is gossip. I mean, my salon, I'm not saying it's gossip-free directly, but it's a small bit of it. If I had to put more in a ratio, it's 9 out of 10. Okay. So it's like the 1%.
That's a gossip.
I can't say that none don't happen.
Yeah.
But that 1%, and 9% is people actually learning stuff for you. We talk about the government. We talk different things. Relationship.
I used to work at the airport, and I would meet people from all walks of life, and trust me, you would get some information, some things people would tell you, like, what? This really going on?
Yes,
Yes. So it's really a fun thing when you can work with people.
Yes, so you learn every day. You learn every
socialize and stuff. So, I understand you're actually celebrating your 10-year anniversary this month.
Actually, it's tomorrow. It's 10 years, but I started this one since on Tuesday.
Okay, so it's from 2007 to 2017. So, during this time, what are some of the perks? What are some of the stuff that customers can expect from Perfect You? They decide to come here between the period that you will be celebrating anniversary.
This week I'm giving away tokens, and you could have a token, you could have 10% discount, and on Saturday you have finger foods.
Saturday is what, the 18th or the 17th? The 18th.
You probably would have a wine.
Bottle of wine.
Maybe, not a bottle, a glass of wine. You may be having alcohol, but mostly I prefer non-alcoholic.
So what about if somebody who's not a customer, if they decide just to walk in here on Saturday, will they still be will they still get the same treatment as a regular customer? Everybody can have the 10%.
Yeah, if you're a new customer, if anybody know me, they come for the first time, they would also say I made them feel like if they were here all along. I don't ever let a customer
you talk the name and you gossip.
No, I don't really talk name. I don't do that. But any customer, the best name I like to talk is my name.
It's your name.
Yes, I think that's the best name to talk.
Cheers to that.
Yes.
That's the best name to talk.
My name is the best name. But whether you're the first time or a last time, or I treat customers all the same.
So anybody can come down this Friday
can come down
and
this
get
Saturday and have a cupcake.
So I noticed you have some some. You said tokens and stuff. I know you
Yeah.
have some key rings here.
Yeah.
Super dope key rings, super dope designs and stuff like that. Thank
Yes.
you. You know.
I have this design actually designed by my friend Jamal Lancelot Adams.
You giving up me old government
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Like,
actually
he helped
designed
me design my signboard.
Yeah.
He is
you know.
one of my, like, I would say he's my best friend. I've never had a friend like that before.
You know, and it's not. You gotta be my friend for me to do some graphic designing for you. It's not a job. I hate it. You can't call me, say Jamal, I'm a pay. It gotta be something that I'm your friend. I'm gonna do it for you. But
I actually happy I met him. He's like
what they
super good friend. I mean, he helped me in any sort of my business in terms of promotion and designing and so
stuff
on.
like that.
He helped
Likewise, Toran is a good person. So we'll take another shot.
Wow, what's up with these shots now?
Before we take a shot, you have to tell the people and where you're located. For those, because I noticed that your signboard actually fell down a few days ago.
Down, and the guy,
he's
giving me a super rundown.
Don't
you
worry,
guys know who he is.
he's gonna bring it, but tell people where you're located.
I'm on Crow Street between Albert and Line Street. Yeah, I'm 6 houses away from the corner. They have a university right next to me.
Great building.
Georgetown University, Georgetown Guyana University. It's a medical school.
Yeah.
I'm right next door. Unfortunately, I'm at the back in the passage way down to the back. The fawn and White House, you can't miss it.
Definitely. So we'll take a shot.
Yes, I am gonna take.
What are you gonna take?
I hate brown rums.
Yeah, me too.
Let's try this one.
3-year-old.
I've never even had some of these shots.
Right? Yeah, Ron is not really a big drinker of rum and all these hard liquor. Ron is a wine person.
Yes, I'm a wine
she's
person.
a wine person. She's a little bougie self. She'll be going to wine nights and all these crazy. The thing that the bourgeois people do. They don't go to rum shop and drink no rum. They just go to wine night and, the stuff like that with the intellectual and, the polluted friends.
Shout out to my wine night crew.
Yeah, where people like me, you, and, the ghetto people don't really go. Cheers to 10 years.
Yes. Of all the shots I had, that one was the horrible. Ooh.
So, you've been in this business for 10 years, right? So, if I decide tomorrow, I want to become a nail stylist. I want to become a nail technician. I want to do this course to become a barber. I want to do this course to become a beautician, a makeup artist. What would be your key advice to me? What would you look at Jamal and be like, bam, bam, bam? What would be your advice to me?
I mean, I would always tell people, being a hairdresser or being a makeup artist or even an author or whatever, you have to love it.
You have to love it.
You have to love it. I mean, if I didn't love my job, I would not have been here. I mean, I'm in this job 16 years. I mean, I would not. If I don't, you got to remember, I'm doing this for the last 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
Every day, no other job, just doing people hair. If you don't love it, you wouldn't do it. I would always tell somebody, don't go in it for the money. I mean, the money is a big part of it, but if you don't love it, if you don't love it, it doesn't make sense because, if you're in it for the money, then you wouldn't do a good job.
That's a fact.
And if you don't do a good job, the client wouldn't be able to stay.
Yeah, that's
my customer tell you, I may be a little bit rude. I may not come across very nice sometimes, but trust me, I love all my clients. But they know that I love their hair. And I
love caring for their hair. I love
caring for their hair. It's like the biggest thing for me.
Okay, yeah.
I really don't like the extension, but I love people natural hair.
I see you have the natural thing going on,
Yes, I was inspired actually by Curl Fest.
Curl Fest,
yes. I was a part of Curl Fest actually 2016. Tamika Henry, my client
Dopest
also.
event that Guyana has ever seen in the last 350 million gazillion years.
I was a relaxed
and actually Friday.
We have Friday. She has Coral and Bougie
at the Humana. We're definitely gonna be there. Flaunting the natural hair and stuff like that. So
I don't want to take away. I love you clients, but this is the best experience I've ever had. Like really,
natural hair. Cheers to that. Cheers to natural.
So I'm going to a master class on Sunday.
On Sunday.
So just to let you guys know, even though I do relax, soon I'll be able to tell you exactly what to do to your natural hair.
Okay.
So I am not only gonna be just a relaxed hair stylist. I'm gonna also be a natural hair stylist.
Okay, a natural
Mind you,
treatment.
not a braid hair stylist. I like to take care to steam your natural
Okay.
hair, cut it, color it, and so on.
Nice.
Braid is the hair too, but I don't do the braid. Somebody else do that.
Okay, so I personally know you have two beautiful daughters. As a single mother, like what are some of the daily challenges that you would have to face from raising daughters? Like
my two daughters, I really don't. My kids are good kids.
They're good kids. Everybody said they got good kids. Everybody said that.
Right? I don't have my daughter is 10 years old. She's writing combinations in next like another less than a month's time. I mean, I must say I have super dope kids. I don't know what she would do. I'm hoping for the best. But me, she's an A-grade student from the time she was like from small. She started school early. Both my kids are A-grade students, I must say, but they're good kids. I don't have much problems with them. Instead of I don't want to put them in blast. Probably having a shower, room,
typical kids problem.
But they're mannerly.
Definitely.
They're loved by both parents. So with them, they're appreciative. They don't give me no problems, like no major problems.
So what are some of the the values and the morals that you are dedicated in instilling in them? Like you're saying these are some things I have to teach my kids, and I want them to grow up on these grounds, whether it's learning how to read and knowing the importance of reading, knowing the importance of taking school serious, knowing the importance of family love. What are some of those disciplines?
The discipline, remember, as I tell you, I am learning my own pattern. I didn't have a mother to show me what to do. I mean, even though I live with an aunt, she wasn't my mother.
Okay.
But she treated me like her child. So for me now, as being as a mother, to me when we were smaller parents, I mean, I don't want to put my aunt in blast or anything, but to me, I think back in the days, a lot of parents or aunts or cousins or whoever would raise a children never place so much emphasis in education. For me, my big thing is education.
Okay, yeah.
For instance, even if my kids want to do my job, fine, but they must have
some education.
Yeah. They must have options.
Yeah,
they must be able to do more than their mother can do. I mean, it doesn't just. I mean, I love my job, so I settle for my job because I love it. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I feel I want to do more. Yeah. So I want to do more. So I want my kids to be versatile. I think they must have a skill and they must be very educated.
Yeah,
very
definitely. Mm-hmm. So, what type of advice would you give to other parents on raising kids? If you were to give some advice, like I just became a parent, I had a son. So what type of advice?
For me, it's like, for instance, myself, my kids and I, we have close relationship. I talk to my kids. I really don't beat. Yeah. I may use a few explosives sometimes, but for me, I always say, you talk to your kids. You have conversation with them. You know what's going on with them life and in their life. So what I do, I always, like my kids, I always talk to them. If anybody know me, it's always me and my children. Yeah. So we are knitted. So I always would say you have to always constantly talk to them as in everything possible. You let them know what, like for instance, like if I send her to shower, then I would say to her, I mean, as just an example, as in if you don't go shower, I mean a lot of times the wrong explanation. Like, for instance, I would say, like, a lot of times I let my daughter do things. She may come and make up my bed. Just an example. Now, I don't want her to make my bed, especially if her bed is not made. Mm-hmm. So I always want her to do what she needs to do for her before she can do for somebody else. Okay. So I always want them to do things, not worry about mommy too much, but do you. Once you focus on your books, don't do something. Don't wash the dishes if you didn't pick up your books. Okay. Don't clean my room if your room is not clean. Yeah. Don't try to press my clothes if your clothes is not pressed. Do you?
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
You just actually mentioned, the importance of actually talking to your kids and, having conversation. So tell me, what would that conversation be like if your eldest daughter, how old is your eldest daughter?
She's 10 plus.
10 plus were to come to Mommy Rhonda and be like, Mommy Rhonda, I have a boyfriend. What would that conversation be like?
Well. I must say a history of my daughter. I'm trying to put up on a blast. But I remember when my daughter was in grade 1. I think I've told you that story before. she wrote, and the father probably knows, she wrote a love letter to a guy, to some child in school, like a little child her age. And I think it's the teacher said, or whatever, I can't remember what was the story behind it. But when I asked her, I said, Crystal, why would you write a love letter to this boy? She said, Mommy, because I love him. I said, what do you mean you love him? She said, Mommy, I can't love, just how I love you, Daddy, I can't love the person. For me, if my daughter just come and say she have a boyfriend, it's all about what you read into that.
Yeah.
If you want something, you got to know what
the grounds.
Yeah. You read into that. I would have conversation like that with my kids, and I figure that it may be innocent, so you need not to read more than that into it. So if, like, for instance, when she say, Mommy, I love him like I love you and Daddy, I know that that's an innocent love. So I have no problem with that love. She's a girl, and I'm happy that she's attracted to the opposite sex.
That's important, because these little girls and these little guys, it's crazy though. It's crazy. So before we go, I would like you to let the viewers know like where they can find you. Did we forgot to talk about anything?
No.
Okay, so let the viewers know where they can find you. Let the viewers know where they can find the shop.
Yes.
Let the viewers on both social media and in real life and stuff like that.
I actually have a Perfect You page. I think it's 3 Perfect You page, but they are all out of different countries. But the only one in Guyana, Perfect You Beauty Salon. I think
they got 3 Perfect You Beauty Salon?
Yeah, they actually do.
Wow.
They actually do. Somebody told me late today I should report it, but I don't know if the people was before me or after me.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But I am on you could like my Perfect You page, and trust me, if I see a new like, you have 10% discount.
10% discount on a new like. I'm gonna like because I want 10% discount on watching me here.
Yes, yeah. I'm on Instagram, Perfect You. I'm on
Perfect You Beauty Salon.
Beauty Salon. Yeah. And I'm on
You'll see
Facebook,
to the bottom.
Rhonda Marcus. I'm between Albert and Light Street.
Next
on
to
Pearl Street. But when I say Ailey, I was between Ailey and Albert. And
Ardino.
Yeah. Yes.
On Durban. You're next to the medical school.
Medical school right next door.
Okay, and remember this week, if you come down to Perfect You between tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're going to get 10% off. You can get some tokens.
You have different things, like things that you
can use. Food. You could get a glass of wine. You can get to meet me. Because I like cupcakes and I like free liquor. So you're gonna get to meet me and whatever. So make sure you come down.
I also have the books in store.
The books and the charge. Everything is right here. So you come down. You're gonna be. You're gonna have fun this week if you come down to Perfect.
Yes.
So you came. I can't even say you came, but this is your salon.
I'm here.
You're here. You add your drinks, and stuff like that.
I think I'm very high.
You're right, but at least you're here. So are there any of your friends that you would like to nominate?
Oh, I would want to
have this experience.
My friend Marika Butts.
Marika Butts.
Yes, shout out to Marika Butts. Yeah. Clyde Butts. I have my friend Simon's Kite.
Simon's Kite.
Kite. Known as Simon Kite. Shawnette. Nicola from Motori Boutique, and I think it's the Ambience.
The
Ambience.
What's
my
her name?
wine, Nicola.
Nicola, okay.
My wine night crew. Good night. Who else? My friend Althea Aunt. She have a school.
Okay.
Who else? So much people. Well, all my clients who want to be a part of this.
Definitely, it's a super. Once you think you have, everybody have a story. Once you think yours can be inspirational, which I know for a fact it probably is, because you can inspire somebody to at least do good. Just hit me up, let me know what's up, and so that's all.
Yes.
Thanks for having me, and
we had it here.
It was good.
Yes.
So thanks for tuning in to yet
to
another
my beautiful daughters, Kristen, Kellyanne, shout out.
Definitely. Hey, Kellyanne, hey, Chris. So thanks for tuning in to yet another episode of Intoxicated TheSipNChat Show, online commercial-free podcast, where I promote local talent, of course, locally consumed beverages, I am your host, JL Adams, aka GT Golden Boy. Until next time, bow.